This is where I live out in the country. There's the cows. Let's not forget about the cows. Got to have cows for the country. There's houses around here that's been here since the 1800s, and I'm not kidding. I live so far out. And I lived in the city. At night, you couldn't even tell the stars in the sky. You couldn't even see them because it was so bright. Moving out here to the country, oh my gosh, you go outside at night, bunch of stars. And I don't know if it's me that I just been lived in the city for so long but out here in the country, the stars look a lot bigger. And I've seen UFOs. I see UFOs every night just about. It's unreal. There's an older house right there. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. What interests me so much about living out here, what fascinates me so much, is the history of it all. The history of this, of knowing that these people in the 1800s lived out here and made it. Like, here's a graveyard. This is an old graveyard. You can still see the wagon wheel tracks in that graveyard. See? I mean, you think about the farmer in the 1800s. His land meant everything to him. It's what fed his family. It's what his crops grew on. It's what he hunted on. It was his land. I mean, if they wanted a well, they had to dig it by hand. Everything was done by hand. We are in a generation that we live in. We're very spoiled. We really are. Because back in the 1800s, these people, they had to depend on themselves and whatever device they could make that could, you know, supply their needs. They need water, they went out there and dug a hole till they found water. Might find it the first time if they're lucky, but it might have to take 8, 9, 10 times before they find it, but they had to find it. Not like it is today. And at night you didn't have a TV you sat and watched. You read books. You told stories. Your grandfather told stories. Your father and mother told stories. That's where most of our urban legends come from. It's the stories that these people told. And I think that we just don't appreciate it as we once should. You know, we just don't appreciate what we have now that is easy for us than what they had to go through. You know, when I was younger, I never really gave it much thought about what we had, because you know, if you don't have something, you're used to living in the environment you was born and raised in. I was raised in the 70s. We didn't have computers. We didn't have cable, and if they did have it, we didn't have it. We changed our channel on our TV set with a fork, because the knob got gone, so we'd have to get a fork. And one thing that reminds me of a TV with a fork is my brother Mike. He used to him standing there with that fork in his hand, scared to death that I was going to jump up and change the channel. Hey sir, yeah, and see, people just fly on this road. I don't like flying on the road because there's a lot of animals and deers that can cross out here, and you can hit them real easy. But I miss my brother Mike. He passed away back in 1990. But my mother, she went to Gettysburg all the time. All the time. I never really thought about Gettysburg. I don't know if it's because I'm older, but in my 50s, I am fascinated with Gettysburg. I'd do anything in my life, I want to go see Gettysburg. I want to go see where blood was shed, that war was fought. I want to see it. But where we're heading is, we're heading to my friend Jim's. Jim, he's a good friend of me and my husband's. I've been knowing Jim for 8 years. His family is well known to their land. They're very well connected to the land. And I'm going to show you some antiques and things, because we're going to go through some buses today. He had a lot of people come out yesterday, played some stuff off his land. And so now we can get through there better. Ways out here. I'm going to tell you, he has courts. This North Carolina was known for their gyms. Now, it's strange what you know when you're older, because I'm older, and just now finding out that North Carolina was the first gemstone that was found here. A guy found it, and it was big as his head, and he used it for a doorstop for years, and he sold it to one of the merchants in town for $3.50. And when he found out what it was, what he did, and how much money it was, hey, how you doing? He went back and he demanded that the merchant give him some money, and the merchant did. Now, there's gold out here on this land. There's gold on Jim's land somewhere. He has too much quartz rocks laying around for me not to know that. This bridge right here, there's gold up under this bridge. I know it. And that water, there's gemstones in that water. I would love to get down in there. This land is Snow Camp. I'll tell you that much. Snow Camp, North Carolina. Yep. Yes, sir. I want to find some gold. I would love to find gold on Jim's land. He's lived on that. His ancestors lived on that land for 140 years. There's something in that land. His father collected Studebakers. His father was called Studebaker man. His father had 30 Studebakers. Now, me and Jim's always laughing about people keeping things, and then when they pass on, they give it to their grandkids or the kids, and their kids sell it. Yeah, Jim sold his father's Studebakers for hardly nothing, and that makes him sick today, because he finally realized how much they really were worth. He didn't know they was worth that much. Makes me sick because I knew him when he did it, and I didn't know. I just can't believe it. But I really didn't know what he was selling them at the time. If I knew he was selling them at the time, I would have stopped him, and I would have looked into it. See, we didn't have internet back then. Well, we had it, but we just didn't have it the way we know it now. See, Jim's land starts from, I'll show you. His land starts from right down to the end of this fence on up. It's a lot of land to try to find gold on, but that's where it starts. That's beautiful right there. It starts right here, goes all the way up. Yep. Goes all the way up. Up to that white fence right there. That's what we're going to turn it at. That's where it starts. That's all this is his land. We are, Mr. Jim Lindley. Now you can look down, and I'm going to show you where the quartz are. It's a real quartz that's on this land. Quartz is all over the place. See it? All in the driveway, all in that ditch. See? I'm talking about, there's some out here that's like, oh. there's Jim. Lives in a trailer. I'll be showing you some more throughout the day, so we're going to cut off for now.